Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is April 4th, 2020. This is a general love reading for the sign of Pisces for this upcoming week in April. I hope you all are doing well and maintaining in these crazy times that we're dealing with. So I want to remind everybody watching that this is a general reading, so it can pertain to just about anything. Relationships, situations and circumstances surrounding family, home, work, social circles. If you can think of it, it might apply. Also, be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards. You can mix and match the roles within the reading. In other words, you might be represented by any of the characters that shows up in the cards. You may feel like I'm reading for you, but you could also potentially feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. And as always, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. For many of you, some of it may apply, other parts may not. I use 5 decks in total, so I do try to get in-depth in my readings as much as I can. So like I said, some of the details might not apply to you, but some of the more general themes in the reading might apply. So Pisces, let's get started. I want to give this deck a cut, and then we'll see what's going on with Pisces for this upcoming week in April. Here we go. All right, we're going to start off with the 10 of Pentacles. Paired with the 3 of Cups. The King of Wands. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. The 2 of Wands. 8 of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the 7 of Swords. So Pisces, in your underlying energy of the 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, for me this is celebration, reunion, coming back together, harmony in family, home. Maybe due to the current events, you are in a state of rest and staying at home with loved ones and maybe reuniting with some people that you haven't seen in a while. I know there's a lot of people coming together. I know that there's a lot of college students, for example, coming back home for this period of time where people are being asked to, stay to themselves, stay healthy. So I get that feeling from those 2 cards, this kind of coming together, maybe some harmony at home. And we have two court cards out here with the King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, both in reverse. So the King of Wands is a masculine energy, and this is, in the upright, he's a natural born leader. This is somebody who is very ambitious, somebody who's very active, somebody capable, for example, of running a business, being responsible for an organization, a company, for a family. This can be a father figure. In the reverse, this is somebody who may have given up his power, maybe is misusing his position of power. This could be potentially somebody who's dealing with some anger issues, feeling imbalanced in some way, shape, or form, maybe feeling a lack of control, especially paired with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. This could be somebody who's used to kind of calling the shots, again, being out there, being active, running things, being busy, and maybe this person is feeling a little bit imbalanced in this time of quarantine, staying at home, not being able to do things the way you normally do. This could be your energy, Pisces, or somebody that you're dealing with. So then we have a Queen of Pentacles on the table, and she's in reverse as well. And she's paired with the 7 of Swords. So the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. In the upright, she is a mothering type individual, somebody who's very compassionate and loyal, somebody who puts others first, a caregiver, somebody who's capable of taking care of herself and others. In the reverse, she's kind of removed from that position. This could be somebody who is incapable of caring for others, who is in need of self-care, or this could be somebody who is more concerned about themselves than others. Someone who's a little egocentric or selfish, for example. Paired with the Seven of Swords, this person could be responsible for some wrongdoings, or could be deceitful, or trying to get away with something, or this could be happening to this person. There's some kind of deceit, some kind of shenanigans, sneaky behavior, wrong behavior, criminal activity. The Seven of Swords can indicate everything from keeping secrets and being undercover to someone who's outright committing crimes. So there's some kind of energy surrounding that person or associated with that person, Pisces. Again, this could be you or somebody you're dealing with. So we have some interesting characters in this story so far. I feel like there might be a decision or path or some kind of choice to be made regarding taking action, possibly communicating, possibly making something happen, making some moves. Again, some kind of communication. The top two cards in your underlying energy are both very positive with this Ten of Pentacles. Again, can indicate family, legacy, financial stability, abundance. And with the Three of Cups, this coming together, celebration, joy, reuniting. So there could be some of that around you, Pisces, and at the same time, maybe because people are coming back together, and some people, for example, like I said, college students coming back home for the period of time when things are closed down. So there's this welcoming energy of people coming back together. At the same time, there might be people coming back into your life who are a little bit unsavory, or maybe don't have the best intentions, that kind of thing. So let's get this next set out here for you, Pisces, and see what else we have. There's the King of Wands again, in the upright this time, and he's clarifying this Ten of Pentacles. And then we have the Five of Wands in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse, clarifying this King of Wands in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Pentacles in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. This Queen is clarified by this Knight of Cups. And then the Hermit in reverse, clarifying the Seven of Swords. So I think this King of Wands, this could be a patriarch, this could be a masculine energy. And again, I want to remind my female viewers, because I know that most of you are female who are watching. This can be energy that you embody. So I am going to refer to these cards, these masculine energy cards, as him and he. But remember, it's just energy, and you can embody this kind of energy. So I feel like this could be a patriarch of a family, maybe a leader or a manager or a boss of an organization, a group of people that are very close. This is somebody who I feel has some kind of authority or is a figure of authority within a group. He's in the upright in this underlying energy. There might be some kind of disruption within this group. Again, there might be some confusion or lack of clarity within this group. Maybe, again, connections or people coming back together after some period of time apart. And maybe there's a little bit of chaos going on. Because, you know, again, this feeling that people aren't used to being around each other, or you haven't seen people for a period of time. And maybe this king is kind of feeling a little off balanced, feeling a little bit out of control, feeling a little bit out of a little discombobulated, if you will. I love that word, discombobulated. It's a great word. And for those of you who are not sure what it just means out of sorts, feeling a little bit confused, maybe a little bit out of control. There could be, again, this sense of maybe trying to come together, and especially maybe even reconsidering relationships that had drifted apart, for example. Maybe with this Three of Swords indicating that this is the time for healing, or the time to consider that. Maybe at one time there was a sense that you kind of gave up on some of the relationships or the people around you, that you had let some of those connections go. And maybe now it's time to take some action to reconnect or reconsider some of the choices that were made in the past regarding either having drifted away or very overtly letting something go, releasing, again, things maybe that, connections maybe that weren't working out. So this Queen of Pentacles has the Knight of Cups, clarifying her energy. And I feel like there may be a peace offering. There's this feeling of some kind of offer coming her way. This could be someone who is separated or distant from you, Pisces. This could be your energy. Maybe you are receiving some kind of communication or peace offering from somebody or a group of people you haven't heard from in a while. I think there's some suspicion connected to this, or not feeling quite certain. Again, both the King of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles feel a little uncertain. Feel like maybe there is some ulterior motive, for example, coming from this offer, coming from this Knight of Cups. I will throw in a little personal story just because it happens to apply to what I'm seeing here in the cards, but I do think it's probably something that many people are dealing with, Pisces. So I don't think I'm alone, but I have recently received some communication from a family member who I've been disconnected from for quite some time. And it's not so much that there's a peace offering, it's more of kind of a checking up to see how everything's going, if people are okay, that kind of energy. That's kind of what I'm getting off of this card, that it could be this Queen of Pentacles could indicate your energy, Pisces, where maybe you're receiving some kind of offer, or you're hearing from somebody that you haven't heard from in a while, and there's this sense of suspicion or feeling a little bit cautious, feeling uncertain, like what's the motive behind this communication, or behind someone coming forward after maybe for a long period of time of not communicating, that kind of thing. And I bring up the personal story because when I look at these cards, that's what's kind of going through my mind. I mean, I can't help but make some personal connections when I do readings. It kind of comes naturally when I see cards. I kind of associate certain storylines with things that are going on in my own life, and truth be told, we're all dealing with the same energy, right? We're all one spirit. We're all one soul. We're all united in some way, shape, or form, or unified, or you know, you know what I'm trying to say. So we have the Emperor now clarifying this Ten of Pentacles with this King of Wands and the Lovers, clarifying the Three of Cups. So again, there's this energy with this King of Wands. He could very well be a patriarch, head of a family. If this is not family, associated with family, it could be someone who is a boss or a manager or a business owner, someone who has some kind of position of authority or power within a group of people. And I do feel like there's this coming together of relationships, people. There's a little bit of chaos also associated with this. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, clarifying the King of Wands in reverse. Ten of Pentacles again, clarifying the Six of Pentacles. The Moon in reverse. The Ten of Wands in reverse. This Queen is clarified by the Six of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Ten of Wands again. Wait a minute, sorry. Nine of Wands, clarifying the Seven of Swords. So this Queen of Pentacles has the Six of Cups, clarifying her energy. Again, I feel like there's some kind of offer, some kind of communication, reconnection, something happening in her energy. And I feel this, you know, honestly, I'm not going to necessarily associate either one of these people with Pisces, because I feel like you could be the King or you could be this Queen of Pentacles. So you decide what makes sense if you're resonating with this reading, Pisces. But I feel like there has been some kind of disconnect or disagreement, harboring some resentment possibly with a Six of Cups energy. This is somebody who is a soulmate of yours. I don't mean like somebody who's romantic relationship who you meet on the beach and you're meant to spend the rest of your life with. It's not that kind of soulmate energy. It doesn't have to be. It can be. But I feel like this is possibly this King of Wands. Again, there's some kind of disagreement or disconnect. And I feel like it's possible there could be a reconnection. Coming back together, maybe trying again. But this Queen is holding on to some resentment or some anxiety surrounding this offer or this communication. She may be fighting the idea that there is some kind of ulterior motive or something not on the up and up with regard to this offer. That's what I've got more than anything. And I think, based on what I'm seeing in the cards, Pisces, that this communication or this initiation of contact is more about letting go of whatever past conflicts or decisions had been made regarding this relationship, that there is a sense that this communication is the beginning of or a hope for releasing of past mistakes, past issues, past conflicts. And I do feel like it's possible this King of Wands is the one who is initiating conversation or working to try to mend things. And I do feel like it's something that maybe he's been thinking about for a period of time, maybe putting some energy into, maybe putting some thought into, Pisces. Again, with this King of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles is coming out again here, and I feel like this person, again, is a patriarch of some sort. Could be a father figure, someone who is a figure of authority, somebody who has some kind of position of power. It does not have to be family, but it feels strongly that it is. And again, there's a little bit of chaos associated with this coming together, associated with reuniting of loved ones, of people who are significant within your life, Pisces. I do feel like there was, at least at one time in the past, and this could have been something that's lasted quite a while, a disconnect disassociation, a release of this relationship, or that you had let go of it, had given up on it. And I think at least right now it is this King of Wands wish to reconnect or to try again. This King of Wands might be even getting ready to release some information or expose some secrets or let you in on some things that you didn't know, information. With the Moon in reverse, lifting the veil, clearing the air, shedding light on some things, again, that maybe that you were unaware of. Interesting reading, Pisces. It's encouraging to see these kind of cards, because I do feel that this is one of those, I feel like this is a very unique time in history. I think that most of us out there would agree that that is true, that we are in a state of uncertainty. But at the same time, there's this sense that it's a start over, it's a redo, a reset. A lot of people are talking about reset of the economy, that kind of thing. I think it's more than just a reset of the economy. I think we're in for some very interesting times ahead, to say the least. So our interpersonal relationships are just a piece of that puzzle, just a part of the story. So Pisces, we have the 5 of Swords in reverse, clarifying this King of Wands. And then the 8 of Wands again, this time in reverse. Wheel of Fortune. There's the 7 of Swords again, clarifying the Page of Pentacles. The Hierophant in reverse. Temperance. The Sun in reverse. And there's the King of Wands again, clarifying the Hermit in reverse. Very interesting. Let me get this last set of cards out, and then I'll show you some of these combinations. So I feel like this King is ready to walk away from some conflict, ready to let it go, ready to leave it in the past with this 5 of Swords in reverse. Again, there's a certain level of chaos or uncertainty, or maybe a little bit of internal conflict regarding this communication, because I think there's been a lack of it for a while. I think there's a desire to heal or repair the relationship, maybe through communication, maybe through clearing things up, leveling the playing field, so to speak, revealing what hasn't been spoken about, what hasn't been said. I think the 7 of Swords, if I'm being honest, is more about this King maybe having given up on the relationship, walked away from working to repair things or working to mend things. There's this feeling that he's kind of coming out from hiding, maybe coming out. The Hermit in reverse can indicate somebody who's been kind of tucked away to themselves for a while, and if he's in reverse, it can indicate a severe case of being a hermit, being in hiding, or it can indicate coming out of that mode, realizing some things about yourself, having gained some clarity and some answers. And I feel like this King has been kind of fighting through what occurred in the past, maybe what wrongdoings had occurred, or what transpired between the two of you. I feel like he is maybe unclear or uncertain about what his attempt will result in, what kind of results he will get from the Queen of Pentacles. And again, for some reason I'm getting a feeling that the Pisces that I'm reading for is this Queen of Pentacles. Someone who's kind of been to yourself or distant or removed from this connection, but there's kind of been an attempt to communicate or come back together and possibly address whatever occurred in the past that caused the separation or the demise or the disconnect of this relationship. But I feel like this Queen of Pentacles is still very uncertain about the motives of this King of Wands. Now, he's out here 3 times so far, and I still have 1 round to go. He's not going to come out here in this deck because he's already come out. But he's twice in the upright and once in the reverse. And he's in the reverse in this past set of cards here. So I feel like he might be trying to, again, to put the past in the past. And whatever motives he has, I feel like he has good intentions, Pisces. So if you are this Queen of Pentacles, what I'm getting more than anything is that if you have recently connected or reconnected with somebody that maybe you were not communicating with or have been separated from, this person, I feel, has good motives, good intentions. So we have the Page of Cups in reverse. There's the 7 of Pentacles again. 5 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords in reverse. The 6 of Swords in reverse. 3 of Swords again in reverse. There's the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. She's clarifying the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You have a lot of repeats in this reading, Pisces. And then Strength. So I do get the feeling like there a long time, this has been lasting for quite some time, this disconnect, the disassociation, the lack of communication, lack of movement within this relationship. And I do believe it's time, or there's an attempt to, at this point in time, to reconnect, to come back together. Now, I'm not seeing in the cards the outcome. And the reason I'm not seeing the outcome, I think, is because right now there's a lack of certainty, perhaps, on how this Queen of Pentacles will respond. Because basically, I think that this King of Wands, whoever this is to you, is ready to reconnect. But this Queen of Pentacles, I feel, is still a little bit uncertain. So it's almost like the ball is in your court, Pisces, if this is your energy. That you are going to be the one to have to let this resentment go, if there is still some, this lack of willingness to try again, lack of willingness to communicate. You may have felt, and you know what? I understand this. I totally get it. You may feel that this relationship with this king was toxic. You may feel that there was nothing left for you with regard to this relationship with this King of Wands. Maybe in the past he did mistreat you. Maybe there was, some kind of toxic energy surrounding this King of Wands in the past. And maybe it's something you weren't willing to put up with. Maybe it's something you let go because you thought it was unhealthy for you. But, and it's possible again, and I think that this king is feeling this, that this might just start all over again. In other words, whatever attempt he's making might result in the same thing happening again. That's what I'm getting from this Ten of Swords. Something again that will have to be let go because it's just not time yet. that kind of thing. The imbalance is still present within this connection. Again, I do feel like it's family more than anything. And family could, of course, mean a spouse or a partner, someone of that nature, but it doesn't have to be. And there's a sense that, you know, you have a choice to make. You have a choice to make, or this king does. And I think that this king is trying to determine maybe how far to go with this. Maybe how much he can test the waters. And whether or not he's going to be stuck with releasing this relationship once and for all. The Hermit in reverse can indicate broken contracts, divorce, taking the wrong path, doing the wrong thing, not listening to your higher self, that kind of thing. I just get the feeling like there's right now a little bit of uncertainty and a little bit of a struggle regarding whether or not this relationship can heal and return to not necessarily what it once was, because I don't feel like this relationship was once something that you wanted to hang on to. Obviously, if you've separated yourself from this person for the period of time that I feel like you have, and I do feel with the Seven of Pentacles, especially out here twice, I do feel like this is something that's happened for over a long period of time, something you've been experiencing for quite a while, this disconnect with this individual, this King of Wands. There is a little bit of that idea that this king maybe is seeing an opportunity to take back his position of power, or take back his patriarchal position, so to speak, if this is a family situation, for example. But I feel almost like this attempt to reconnect with the Queen of Pentacles, Pisces, again, I feel like this is your energy. And I said before I didn't want to read specifically for either one of these energies because I felt like Pisces could be either one, and that's definitely true. But I feel like I'm talking to the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm just going to talk to you as though you are. I do feel like for whatever reason, there is a certain level of necessity for this King of Wands, if he wants to regain what he once had. I'm taking this card, that's why I'm waiting here. Regain what he once had, but it's dependent upon the success that he may have with you. And that is still up in the air, because the ball is in the Queen of Pentacles court. It's going to depend on the strength of this relationship and whether or not it has the ability to come back together and repair what once was. I guess that makes sense. But there is a Seven of Swords. There's a Seven of Swords twice in this reading. So there was some kind of deception, deceit, betrayal, dishonesty. There was something going on in the past. Could be present too. I don't feel like it's necessarily been resolved. Maybe someone didn't admit wrongdoings, or someone wasn't willing to come forward and admit, you know, how they negatively affected the relationship, but something hasn't been resolved between these two people. So we have the Nine of Earth, which is the Nine of Pentacles, that came up in your reading. I haven't had this one in a long time. It's a very positive card. And I'll read this for you. It's in the upright, and then we're going to close out this reading for you, Pisces, okay? All right, here we go. The Nine of Earth represents altruism, charity, and generosity. Have you suddenly found that your life is full of harmony? You are creative and happy at this time. Abundance and true wealth surround you. Material possessions are less important than they once were, yet you want for nothing, and you have no need or desire for more. Instead, you choose to serve a higher purpose and give to others who have less. To help others in need or to support a worthy charitable cause is the act of a generous and caring spirit. But who is worthy? Who is deserving? Do you give without bias or expectation? Do you give equally to all in need, or is your generosity conditional? What is it that you seek to gain from the act of giving? These are also questions the Nine of Earth asks you to consider. An act of charity born from compassion can be transforming. To know that you have played a role in helping others can inspire a sense of deep satisfaction and well-being. It can be healing not only for those who are helped, but for those who help. However, in some, it can also give rise to a sense of entitlement or self-importance. It can inspire a belief that acknowledgement and praise should be given. Altruism is the selfless act of giving, to give without expectation of reward, to give simply because you can and choose to and nothing more. The Nine of Earth signifies that it might be time to go through your cupboards and remove all that you no longer need and do not use. Give to local charitable organizations that work to help those in need within your community. And if you have any skeletons in those cupboards, it might also be wise to deal with them too. I thought that was great. If there's any skeletons in your cupboards, certainly we all have those, right? I get the feeling that this card represents your energy, Pisces. And again, I get the feeling like you are being represented by this Queen of Pentacles. If you are this King of Wands, and you very well could be, there is a decision on the table here to be made. There is a choice to be made, a path to be taken, and it rests in the hands of this Queen of Pentacles. And Pisces, again, I feel like this is you. I feel like you're in a good place right now. I feel like you know, this energy can also indicate somebody who's single, somebody who's well off and doing nicely on their own. Especially when you came out in the reverse, this can indicate somebody who has separated themselves from past energy that was not serving them. And you've come into your own, and you have come to realize that there are certain people in your life who were not serving a purpose in your life, and you may have removed yourself from those relationships. So at this point in time, you have a choice to make, because there are people who are going to want to come back to you, Pisces. And I do feel that this King of Pentacles, or sorry, King of Wands, would like to repair what was once lost and reunite with this Queen of Pentacles, who again I feel like is this Nine of Pentacles, because you don't need this individual. You don't need this King of Wands anymore. I do feel like at one time, you know, there was some trouble and some choices made and some separation, but this King wants to reunite and repair. And again, you don't need this person. It's a matter of if you want this person back. So the ball is in your court, Pisces. And for the record, because he's showing up twice in the upright, I do feel like he has positive intentions. I do feel like he might be ready to to come out of the closet regarding whatever went wrong in the past, admit wrongdoings, come clean, so to speak, with the Seven of Swords showing up twice in your reading. So it's up to you. It's up to you whether or not you want to give this relationship a chance to come back. And if it does, if you do, it may be even stronger than before. It might be worthwhile. I cannot determine that based on the cards. And of course, everybody's story is different, Pisces. So if you are one of the people who might reconsider this and it's successful, I wish you all the luck. I'm excited for you. I do feel like the energy is quite positive in these cards. So I hope that this reading was helpful for you. I hope that you got something out of it. And I wish you all the best. So if it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe. Leave me a comment if you want. I love those. I love to hear your story. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye, Pisces. Take care.